Hello again. Welcome to Verbling. I'm Teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, we will be looking at collocations, or words that go together. Things like adjectives and nouns, or adverbs and adjectives, or nouns and verbs and object nouns. Phrases, maybe even a few expressions and idioms. All of those things which are related to the situation, the idea of agreeing or disagreeing. Okay, including words that we use when we agree and disagree, and words that we use to talk about an agreement or disagreement. Okay, we'll be talking about lots of those. All right, doing a little reading and quite a bit of discussion, trying to think of other related collocations as well as we go along, other than what's in the material. Okay, hello, Sasha, again.
Hello.
All right, spending the day together. Okay. All right. Alex, welcome to the class. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Oakley.
Hi, good to see you again. And also Anna has joined us. Anna, got a new picture, I see. Hi, Anna.
Hi, teacher. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. I see you have a new Google avatar, new Google picture. Who's
yes.
Who's the little angel next to you there?
My granddaughter.
Okay, very cute. Okay, nice picture. All right. Anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome to the class. And okay, Lena is also with us. Hi, Lena, again.
Hi again.
Hi again. Welcome back. Welcome to the class. And also, Albina.
Hello, Oakley. It's nice to see you again.
Likewise, I am sure.
Hi.
Always a pleasure. Okay, thanks for joining. Okay, still some room in the class. If there's other Verbling students who would care to join us, come on in anytime. Perfectly okay. Okay, I'm going to do a screen share, and we're going to look directly at starting off some verb and noun collocations. That would be, excuse me, some basically verb and object nouns, mostly, I think. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just going to have you guys read the example sentences. So, Sasha, starting with you, you go along with an idea or go along with a view.
Okay. I go along with your view that crime and poverty are linked.
Okay. Now, let's hang on a second. We need to talk about this a second because there's a couple ways we can mean this. Okay, I can just straightforwardly mean I agree with you. Yes, I go along with your view. Sure. But, Sasha, what does it mean with... Okay. Sometimes we use this, particularly in the past tense, when we mean that we... Okay, it doesn't really mean we agreed. For example, I didn't really want to have a party, but I went along with it. Okay.
Like give in?
Basically like give in. Yes. So particularly in the past tense, this entire phrase can mean that actually in reality I didn't agree at all. However, what I did agree to do is to concede the point. Okay, fine. All right. We go along with things, sometimes things that we don't want to do for moral or ethical reasons, but we go along with it. Okay. I don't know, for whatever other motivation reasons, because whatever. Maybe you go along with things in your work even though you don't really think it's the right thing to do. Okay. Next one, Alex. Okay.
I'm ready. We are in complete agreement over the question of drugs abuse in athletics.
Okay. All right. So if you're in complete agreement, okay. Okay. We are in complete agreement. Remember that phrase. What are other? Okay. Do you know any other collocations, Alex, that go with agreement?
Collocation.
Yeah.
Other example?
Well, I'm just thinking about other things that might go with agreement, like absolute agreement, complete agreement.
Yes, I understand. Complete, absolute, and maybe really agreement.
Really agree. We can also use adverbs, and that's actually what saying the same thing. We can use adverbs with the verb. I really agree. Strongly agree. Absolutely agree. Yeah, completely agree. So sometimes we use the adverb form. That's what I wanted to express. Adverb in the verb instead of adjective in a noun. We often say it that way. Okay, next one here. Anna.
Yes. I tend to agree that parents often blame teachers from problems which start within the family.
Okay.
It could mean like slightly agree.
Well, not exactly. I tend to agree. If something tends to happen, it happens most of the time. So what you're really saying, if you tend to agree or disagree, it means that usually in most situations you agree, but maybe there are some situations where you would disagree. Okay. So you're almost saying situationally. Most of the time I agree. Or this particular example, I think this happens a lot, but not every time.
Yes, in this case, when you you don't I am in blank. When you are not sure 100% of this opinion.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because maybe there are circumstances where it's not true.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sometimes we will follow one of these expressions or collocations with but. I tend to agree with your idea, but, and then we express a situation where it may not be true. So it's very common to follow this tend to agree or disagree with a but, a contrasting statement. Okay. Next one, Lena. Share an opinion or view.
Share an opinion, a view. I share your opinion that sport is over commercialized. I share your opinion means I have the same opinion as you.
Right. And a view, okay, is an opinion. Like from my point of view or in my opinion, basically means the same. same thing. So we can also say I share your view. Yeah. Okay. This is not particularly strong. It's a strong collocation, but it's not really a strong statement. You know, I wholeheartedly agree. Well, there's a strong one. I completely agree. I absolutely agree. Usually when we want to show very strong agreement, we use one of these kinds of phrases using the word agree, and a strong adverb with a verb or a strong adjective with a noun. Strong agreement, complete agreement, absolute agreement. Okay, next. Albina, appreciate someone's point of view.
Yes, appreciate someone's point of view. I appreciate your point of view, but I still think you're overstating the problem. To appreciate someone's point of view, in this case at least, means that I find your opinion interesting, but still I have another one. I have a different opinion from yours, but I like yours too.
Okay. And also there's an element of I understand. In fact, you could very easily here substitute in I understand what you're saying, but I still think you're overstating the problem. You could also say, Albina, I sympathize with your point of view. Okay. All of those ways are often predecessors or a phrase that we use before the big but. Okay, because we want to present our contrasting point of view or idea.
Okay.
And it's very polite, by the way. It's very polite to say this, to disagree with someone in this way. Although I appreciate your point of view, although I can sympathize with your point of view, yeah, it's a polite language, very polite way to actually disagree. Okay, Sasha, back to you. I see your point.
I can see your point. I've never thought of it in that way before.
Okay. What are other ways that we can recognize someone else's opinion? Maybe using point. Is there other ways we phrase this?
Okay.
I see your point.
Yeah. That's it. I see your point. What? Anything else, Sasha?
No.
Okay, I can say. Yeah.
Probably I understand your point of view, but.
I understand your point. I see your point. I get your point. Yeah, I got the point. Sometimes we can say point taken. Okay. What does it mean, Sasha, if I say, okay, point taken? Why am I saying that?
It's like I got you, like or message received, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. I understand. Point taken. If I say point taken, I'm actually conceding that yes, I agree. All right, on that particular point. Because you agree with someone's point does not mean you agree with their entire opinion. Okay, so it says understand their opinion. I disagree with that definition slightly. That's not really what it means. Point, you make an argument or you make an opinion by giving several supporting points. You can agree with a supporting point without agreeing to the person's opinion. It's quite possible to do that. So sometimes we actually use these expressions about seeing your point and getting your point or point taken to concede, okay, one supporting point, not necessarily to concede the entire argument or the entire opinion, to agree with the entire opinion. Okay, Alex.
I'd prefer not to enter into an argument or the war in Colossenia.
Okay. Okay. Enter an argument. Whatever. What else can you do
That's
with an
right. Colossenia.
I have no idea. Does anybody know? Is that a real place?
I think that phrase means that I don't want to tell about my opinion, but it's but I disagree with you in this place.
First of all, you give an opinion, Alex.
Give an opinion.
Yeah, you don't say an opinion. You don't tell an opinion. You give an opinion. You can express an opinion or give your opinion. Okay. Well, I'm not sure about. Well, okay, you might have a point. I don't want to enter into an argument. Okay, I don't want to start an argument. I don't want to argue. Yeah, the chances are you're saying that because you already disagree. Right, so you have a point. Okay. Or sometimes we just say, I'm not going to argue about that right now. Or even other ways. I don't have time to argue with you about this right now. Okay. You're right. So there's an element when we say something like that that we probably disagree, but we don't feel like fighting. Well, you can say, I don't feel like fighting with you about that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anna.
Yes.
Arise.
Differences have arisen between the unions and the management over how to solve the problem. Arise is probably when a different opinion emerge between people, groups, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Differences and differences of opinion. Okay, is a very common co-located phrase. We have some differences of opinion. Anna, can you be friends with somebody even though you have differences of opinion?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure, why not? I like to be friends with people that I don't share their opinion because I really like having debates and discussions. So I like it when my friends don't agree with me. It's fun for me. I like when we have our differences. Okay. We have our differences is also a common phrase. Okay, when we say that we have our differences, I'm not talking about he has blonde hair, I have black hair, he has blue eyes, I have. When I say that, just we have our differences, I mean that we disagree on opinions explicitly. So that even though that seems to be a very vague general statement, it is actually about opinions. Okay, I think we're going to see a lot of differences statements here coming up. Lena. Come to or reach a compromise.
Come to or reach a compromise. We disagree over what to do, but I'm sure we can come to reach a compromise. I think we can use it in context that we can find a way everybody is satisfied to some point.
Yeah, to some point is important. Yeah, maybe not entirely satisfied, but at least can live with it. All right. Do you know what I mean, Lena? When I say, well, I can live with that.
Yeah, it's okay. It means something like it's okay, but I'm not 100% satisfied, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. Very good. All right. When you reach a compromise, it would be a very normal thing to say. Okay, I can live with that. It's not the optimum solution for me, but all right, I can accept it, and all right, I can react on it. Fine. Very common very strong collocations, by the way, come to a compromise or reach a compromise. Very useful in business and, well, real life even. Especially business. You will find this one in often. Of course, business deals frequently, pretty much always, require some type of compromise. Okay. Albina, settle a dispute. Settle your differences.
Yes, settle dispute your differences. The management and the union have finally settled their pay dispute. I'm sure we can settle our differences without damaging our friendship.
Okay. And Albina, what does it mean if you settle in court?
If you settle in court.
Yeah. Do you know what that means? Very.
No, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, this would be good for you to know. Okay. I know we have we're all from different countries. We have different law structures in our countries. In the United States, you can sue somebody. For example, I remember quite a few years back, a woman bought some hot coffee from McDonald's and then spilled it on herself and then sued the company, McDonald's, for $1 million. Okay. And that is why today, every time you go to McDonald's, it says, caution, contents may be hot. Duh, it's coffee. Anyway, that's why you have very stupid labels on products made in the United States, so that idiots can't sue the company. Anyway, what inevitably happens, over 90% of the time, the company will settle. That means they will pay, instead of paying $1 million, they will pay $50,000 just to make the court case stop, just to end it. You settle. In other words, you don't complete the court case, you just pay some of the money that's being asked for. That's called a settlement. And to settle or a settlement is very commonly used in conjunction with law in English. To settle means the parties, without the use of the judge or the court, come to an agreement or come to a compromise. Basically, that's what it means. So very much the same kind of meaning here.
So the meaning is to come to a compromise.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Yes. Settle your differences. Settle your differences. I have to say something else about this one. Often we use this particular phrase when there has been a long-standing dispute, such as something in a family where the son didn't talk to the father for 8 years, and finally they went on a fishing trip together and settled their differences. Okay, so this phrase is often used in that sort of a situation where you come to a compromise after a long period of time. And you may see it, the mother may say, you two need to settle your differences. Be very common. Okay, and last one, Sasha, agree to differ.
I don't think we will ever agree with each other. We will just have to agree to differ.
Yeah, you may also hear agree to disagree. Okay. Sasha, can you agree to disagree with people? Do you know what I mean? In Russian, do Russians agree to disagree?
I don't understand the question.
Okay. We disagree about some important point, whatever. Often things like politics or religion. You have one point of view, I have another point of view. Okay. For example, people tend to have very strong opinions about religion and politics. you think one thing, I think another thing. I have a friend. He's like a diehard Republican, traditionalist, very conservative in his views. I am quite liberal in my views. We can't talk politics. We just can't. It's pointless because I'm never going to convince him, and he's never going to convince me. And so we simply agree to differ. We agree to disagree.
Oh my God, it's like let's stop at the point where you have your opinion and I have mine opinion.
That's it.
Okay,
Exactly.
got it.
You agree to disagree. Now, him and I are still friends, and we can talk
Yeah,
about sports or whatever. No problem.
amicably.
Yes,
Just
exactly.
stop.
Amicably is the key word. Very good.
Right.
Right. Amicably. So you're not mad. You don't walk away mad with each other. You just, all right, never mind. We'll never settle the argument, so there's no point. Okay, verbs and adverbs. I actually already brought this first set up. Agree wholeheartedly, agree entirely, agree completely, agree absolutely. I entirely agree. I absolutely agree. When we want to show strong agreement. Yeah, okay, we already talked about that. There's a lot of, when we want to show strong, a scale, a degree of agreement, generally we do this. An extreme adverb and the verb agree is normal. How about if it's not so strong? Alex.
I entirely agree with you on the questions of nuclear waste.
Okay, that's a strong agreement. How about the next
Yes.
one? We've already kind of talked about that. Actually, you and I talked about it earlier. All right, what if you're not so excited about agreeing?
If I'm not excited about agree?
Yeah, next one. In other words,
Next one. I agree up to a point, but I also think there are other important factors.
Okay, I agree up to a point.
Up to a point.
Not to be confused with I agree with your point. Up to a point means something else entirely. Okay, only so far.
It's very interesting.
Right. Up to a point is like, okay, all right. You might say to a certain extent. Well, I agree with you to a certain extent.
Certain extent, what's mean?
To a certain extent. Well, up to a point. I agree with you partially. Partly.
Partly.
Not entirely. I don't entirely, completely agree with you. I agree with part of what you're saying. Or that sometimes you're right, but not always. Maybe.
I agree partly,
Yeah.
but I also think there are other important factors.
There you go. That's it. So you could also say, I agree with you to a certain extent. Meaning up to a point. Okay. When we use disagree, there's a couple of other okay. There's a couple other adverbs we may use. Let's look at those. Anna?
Yes. The two philosophers disagree fundamentally over the effect of the environment on behavior. Well, I think it's in a basically or essentially important way.
Yeah, if you well, this is pretty good example. So the fundamental or basics, the building blocks, the foundation Okay, if you fundamentally disagree with somebody, you don't even think they're starting with the right premise. The very beginning of their argument you disagree with. Okay.
Okay.
So actually this is a very deep disagreement. You can't even agree with where to start the argument. Okay, it's so we can fundamentally disagree, fundamentally agree. Yeah, but if we you can use it with agree as well. But if I say I fundamentally agree, it means I agree with your base idea, but maybe not the more detailed possibilities. So if
Yes.
whereas if you fundamentally disagree, it's very strong disagreement, extremely strong disagreement. If you fundamentally agree with somebody, it means you agree, but maybe not completely, maybe up to a point or to a certain extent. Okay, and we also use the same other strong verbs. I entirely disagree with you. Okay, I totally disagree. I totally agree. I strongly agree. I strongly disagree. Are very common. Okay. All right, let's look at some other disagreements, collocations. Lena, let's look at some adjectives and nouns here.
I've often disagreed strongly with Nancy, but I've never had such head-on clash with her before. Disagreement where two people confront each other directly.
Okay, yeah. Head-on clash. Okay. Ouch. Okay. Well, head-on clash. All right, is okay. One-on-one. It's just a big row, a big fight between people. Lena, what's a head-on collision? Do you know?
I don't know. Probably someone can help me out.
Okay. Does anybody else know? Not really related to agreeing and disagreeing, but a head-on collision, but slightly related because of the word head-on. No? Nobody knows that one?
Argue between two person, like
It can be. It can be a physical thing, or it can be used abstractly, just like head-on clash, to mean an argument between two people. However, a head-on collision is also when you're driving your car and the front of your car hits another car, the front of their car. You're both moving forward and you run into each other. Probably the worst sort of an accident. That's a head-on collision. Okay, so that's going to be a bad one. But yeah.
However, two people have to sit on the same place in the underground, in the train or bus. I think that is head-on clash.
Oh, you mean they can't escape each other, so they argue like that?
No. Yeah, I said about one seat place in the bus, and two people want to sit on it.
Oh, sit in it. I see what you're
Sit in
saying.
it.
They could have a head-on clash, or yeah, I guess so. But yeah, hopefully not. Usually a head-on collision or head-on clash is when people have something that continues for a while and then finally results in this argument. Not something as quick and, like on a bus. Probably you have arguments with people like when you're driving or on a bus. We actually have a word for that. Do you know what that's called? Anybody? You fight with somebody when you're driving. You stop at the stoplight, jump out of your car, and throw a rock through their window or something. Anybody know what that's called? Besides going crazy. Okay, well that's road rage. Okay, generally rage. So he went into a rage. When somebody fights violently over something with a stranger they've never met, we have different collocations with the word rage. He flew into a rage for no reason. I didn't even know the guy. It was another case of road rage. All right. Somebody was screaming at somebody because of the seat on the bus. You would just say, I don't know, he flew into a rage. All right. It's a little kind of an underlying meaning that it's, a little bit crazy to have a bitter fight with somebody about a stoplight or a bus seat or what have you. Okay, Albina. Here's a strong collocation.
Yes, the heated dispute between the two groups finally led to violence.
Okay, good collocation. What is the meaning here?
Probably a strong dispute, but I'm not sure.
Yes, very strong, and not only that, with very strong feelings. There's an intimation. There are very strong emotional feelings involved here. And it's bitter. Bitter dispute will have been going on for a long, long time. Things like disputes between ethnic groups that have gone on for centuries. That's something you would call a bitter dispute, for example. Okay. Sasha, next one here.
We had a very heated argument about immigration the other day.
Okay.
Hot topic.
Hot topics. Oh, very good. Yeah, that's very much related. A hot topic is one that's easy to get into an argument about. Now, what's the difference between a heated discussion and a heated argument? Here's a
Discussion
semantic.
maybe like more friendly.
Yes.
Maybe about about when you and your friend are talking about a movie, for instance, and heated argument between maybe politics, who runs for president's seat.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, a heated discussion will hopefully, even though there may be some passion involved, will hopefully maintain basically about intelligence and logic. It will be a logic. Maybe there will be some emotion involved in the delivery. There will be intonation, passionate intonation, but hopefully logic will be the main idea. You're just presenting logical arguments, all right? But a heated argument, when it's just an argument, emotions have taken over, basically. So it's very easy to have a heated discussion with your best friend, but it's very difficult to have a heated discussion with your wife. Because a heated discussion with your wife turns into an argument very quickly. Whereas we can maintain the emotional distance to keep a discussion going with my best friend, it's very difficult to do that with your wife because you're so intimately involved emotionally. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hopefully. I hope. Okay, but a hot topic very much related. Anna brings up a bitter divorce, very much like a bitter dispute. Obviously, a divorce would be very deep emotions running there, clearly. Okay, and we already actually talked about a fundamental disagreement. Okay. All right, a very base disagreement. All right. Still more collocations with agreeing and disagreeing. Let me go to Alex here. Alex.
The Regional Education Committee has reached an MOS agreement on a new system of exam for secondary schools.
Okay. Alex, unanimous.
Unanimous.
There it is.
Unanimous agreement.
All right, good word to know. A unanimous agreement or a unanimous decision is extremely common as well. I usually say unanimous decision. Or simply, it's unanimous. Okay, any idea what that means, Alex?
I think it's a strong agreement.
Yeah, really strong, as in everyone agrees. 100%. A vote of 100% is a unanimous agreement or unanimous decision. There's nobody that disagrees. Okay. Yes, exactly. All right, unanimous agreement. Okay, we all agree to do something. Decision.
May I say a full agreement?
You can, and that's a good, strong collocation, and we haven't talked about it, so let's talk about it for a minute. I would say, Alex, you can say that. I am in full agreement with the fact that you could say you could say full agreement, but that means it doesn't mean like everybody agrees. That means I, one person, totally agree with you, completely agree.
Thanks, I understand.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in full agreement. But that's a strong collocation I forgot to mention earlier when we were looking at the actual word agree. Okay, Anna, how about controversy?
Yes, controversy continues to exist, a rage over the appointment of the new director. Let's see, it's opposing point of view strongly dispute.
Something, okay, going back to a hot topic, something that's controversial is a hot topic. It's easy to have an argument about. Okay, so controversy exists. Yes, there are opposing points of view. Exactly. Controversy rages, that means a lot of people are talking about it and people are arguing about it. Not just two people, because two people, that would be an argument. Controversy rages, we're talking about a lot of people arguing about something. You know, things like politics, political decisions. Yeah.
Sorry, teacher, I have a question. The word rage have other meaning with respect to it would be the arguing in public.
Well, rage. Okay, let's talk about it a minute. As an adjective, well, okay. As an adjective, rage means angry, but it's a very extreme anger, very intense anger. Okay, actually, that's a noun. But as a noun, it means very, very intense anger. Okay. As a verb, to rage is to shout and scream with great anger. Also, to rage, for example, Anna, a fire rages. If a raging fire is a fire that gets very hot very quickly and spreads very quickly.
Yes.
So, controversy, a raging controversy, would mean one that is spreading very quickly, and people are getting very, very emotional about both.
Yes,
like fire.
Yes, but it's the same. It could be both in public like inside an office, for example.
Yeah, sure. Oh, I see your point. Yes, it could be. But there has to be a group of people. You can't have a controversy between you and your husband, for example. That doesn't make sense. You have a disagreement, okay, or maybe an argument or a dispute, but you can't have a controversy with two people.
Okay,
That
thank
doesn't
you.
make sense. But yeah, an office full of people, absolutely. In fact, that's what this is about, the appointment of the new director. This would be in an office. Okay.
Okay.
Last one here. Lena.
A conflict of opinion within the National Olympic Association is threatening to delay the building of a new stadium. I think conflict of opinion is the same as dispute or controversy or argument.
Sure. But usually it's very formal. Okay, so this is one that you wouldn't really hear in normal day-to-day conversation, maybe in like newspaper writing, journalism, maybe. It's not a very normal spoken collocation, I would not say. Okay, we are going to go on and do something a little different here. Okay. All right, I got a big circle and a big fat oval. What words does this collocate with, and what can we, maybe one phrase, maybe more. Okay, so over in the circle we've got some verbs, and on the right, the oval, we have some nouns. What collocates with what is the idea here? Albina, agree.
Agree to other points of view, for example.
Where are you? Where's that? Agree to other points of view? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's on the left.
It's right there. I'm blind. Okay. What else? Agree in agreement? No, of course. That's
I
ridiculous.
know, to agree to someone's point, probably.
Agree to someone's point?
So,
Sure.
yeah. Agree to our differences, if I'm not mistaken.
Agree to differ was the
I agree
phrase.
to differ, yeah, right.
Right. Agree to disagree is, I don't know, for Americans, agree to disagree is more common.
Agree with an opinion also, yeah.
Yes, agree with an opinion. No, agree into an argument. That doesn't make sense. Not our differences, someone's view. Okay. How about?
Agree to a compromise.
Yes, this is very common. We agreed to a compromise. That's really common one. Okay. Sasha, what can you enter? And how do you say it? You might have to change the phrase slightly.
Enter in agreement.
You can enter into an agreement.
Enter an agreement.
Now that's a. Yeah, you can enter into an agreement. Yeah, that's terminology. That phrase is often used for law. Okay, we enter into an agreement to start a business, for example. Enter into a partnership or enter into an agreement. Very close in meaning. Okay. What else can you enter? Any others?
Maybe some point, and I don't know, and I think this maybe no.
Well, you can definitely enter into an argument, just exactly as it appears. Okay, you joined an argument. All right. Bob and Sue were having an argument, and I entered into the argument. It's pretty straightforward. Or you can enter an opinion. Again, agreeing and disagreeing. Many of these collocations end up being used in law. You enter an opinion into a court of law, meaning as an interested party to a court case, you can enter documentation of how you perceive the information. It is done in international court all the time. Very occasionally, you can enter an opinion into a court case and the judge may take it into account, or not. It's up to the judge. Okay, how about share? Alex, share.
I found only one pair. Share an opinion.
You can share an opinion, yeah. Very good. Okay. And pretty much the same thing, Alex. You can share others, other people's. Others here, notice it's got a hyphen.
Maybe. Share others' point of view.
Yeah, points of view.
Well,
yeah.
I'm agree with someone.
That's right. Yep. It's really the same thing. Share an opinion, share others' points of view. It's basically almost the same thing. Okay. Anna, settle.
Settle our differences.
Yeah. I think that's the only one here.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Okay, settle your differences. All right. If you settle your differences, you're basically compromising or agreeing to disagree, maybe. Maybe compromise and agree to disagree are different, but either way, you could do one of those two things and settle your differences. Lena, C.
See someone's point, for example.
Yeah, you can see someone's point. Okay.
I don't know if I can say see our differences. I don't know.
Kind of. It would kind of make sense. Maybe yes, I can see our differences. Meaning understand, because of course in English to see something means you understand it. So in that way, yeah, I guess. See someone's point, see others' points of view. You could do that too. That's also possible. Albina, come.
Come to an agreement, come to a compromise,
Yeah.
come into an argument, perhaps.
No.
No.
No, you don't come into an argument. You enter into an argument. You get into an argument. You start an argument. But yeah, you don't come into an argument.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't find anything else.
I can't either. I think you're right. Yeah. Come to an agreement, come to a compromise. Okay. B. Sasha, B. Or R, or is. Think R or is.
In agreement.
Are in agreement? Yes. We are in agreement. Yes. Very good. Any others? I don't think so.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Last one here. Appreciate. Alex, can you appreciate?
I appreciate your points of view, for example.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I appreciate your opinion.
Yeah, same idea. Appreciate others' points of view. appreciate an opinion. You can appreciate someone's point. Actually, when we did not talk about, you can appreciate your differences as well. Okay,
yes.
I appreciate our differences, meaning I understand them. That's interesting. If you're actually telling somebody I appreciate our differences, it's basically we would say this because you're saying I understand our differences. You usually would only bring that up if you were wanting to actually make some compromises or talk about them. Okay, we only got like a minute left. Okay, let's see. Oh, let's look at a couple of the last things here. All right. Anna, which collocation, do you remember which collocation suggests that a disagreement is like a high temperature?
I think could be 2, 3, maybe.
Maybe.
Heated argument,
Right.
or for example, bitter dispute.
Okay. Well, not really bitter, but yeah, a heated argument, a heated discussion, hot topic. We talked about that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we have pretty much run out of time. So, thank you everyone for joining me. Gotta go. Got another class coming right up. So thanks a lot. See you again next time. Tomorrow, more collocations at this time. Tomorrow.
Thank you.